Hello everyone and welcome to Java Curriculum Day 2. My name is Joanne Lin and I'm serving as the founder and CEO of My STEM project. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today, and of course definitely always feel free to reach out to me through email or Slack if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Now first we'll get right into the content. So if you're on a Windows computer or if you're on a Mac computer, try to search up the command prompt or terminal relevant to each of your computers. So if you're in Windows, search up the command prompt app. If you're on a MacBook, then search up the terminal app. So once you guys have done that, type in java-version to check out the version of the Java you installed, and type javac-version to check out the Java compiler version on your computer. People do this to make sure that they have correctly installed Java onto the computer and that they can use it. So the difference between Java and a Java compiler are that one runs the actual code, which is the Java part, and the other helps the computer read the code, which is the Java compiler part. So we'll get into a demo about how to check for Java installation. So the first thing that you will do is type java-version. And as you can see, it pops up to say Java version 20.0.1. Next, we'll search up javac-version, and it says javac 20.0.1. So that's the versions that I have on my computer, and you can see that it has successfully updated. Next, we'll go into Visual Studio Code. So follow along with me while I follow these steps. You might want to take a screenshot of this while I go onto my next page, but just make sure that you can access these steps. So I'll pull up the Visual Studio Code application. Next, I'll click Create Java Project. So once I click that, I'll click on the No Build Tools, and then it'll lead me to this page. And here I'll click on Documents because I want it in Documents, and I'll do Select the Project Location. Now it's asking me to input a Java project name, so let's just name it Test for now, and we'll press Enter. So once we have done that, it'll help us open up our first test or Java program. So we'll go to src, and then click on app.java. This is the document that they make automatically for us. So once we're in here, we can test things out. So right here, it already helps us say system.out.print hello world. So let's just run it and see what happens. We'll click on this play button up on the top right, and here you can see that it prints out hello world into the terminal or console. So how does this work? Why is it printing this out, and where is it printing it out to? So this line of code, the system.out.println, this is prompting our code to print out whatever is written in these two quotation marks inside the parentheses of this code. So as you can see, since I use system.out.println and also added the semicolon at the end to ensure that I'm writing my Java code correctly, it prints out hello world here. So while we're doing this, we can also add in comments. So let's say I want to say, this is saying hello world. Well, then I'll do 2 dashes like that, and then I'll say hi. Now, these comments don't do anything to your code, so you can literally add anything you want into these comments. They don't affect your code in any way, shape, or form. Now, let's say you want to make comments that go on for a few lines. Well, then you can do a dash and then a star, and see it automatically pops up the ending of that, and you can type in how many comments you want. So we'll just go like this, and let's say you go a few more lines, and that's fine. Like as you can see, I pressed enter and it comments out this whole section right here. So if you ever want to organize your code or write in some comments for you to understand what your code is doing, then this is how you could do that. Alright, and now we're moving on to variable types. So there's so many variable types in Java, but we commonly only use 5 of them. The first is a string, which stores text in double quotation marks, just like the example here. Next is an integer, which stores whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, or more. Float, which stores decimals. a char which stores single characters in single quotes. And then lastly is a Boolean. So this stores true or false values, so those are the only two values they store. So now to create a variable, you have to specify the type and value. So we'll show this later on in an example. Now let's go to Visual Studio Code so we can show you how this works. Alright, when we're at Visual Studio Code, I'll remove our system.out.print because we don't need that yet. So let's create a string variable and I'll name it my STEM project. And I'll say it equals this is awesome. Now, as you can see, I specified the type of variable I'm making, which is the string. I named my variable, which is my STEM project, and I set it equal to a value, which is this is awesome. Now, if you want to print this out, we can try that by typing system.out.print my STEM project. Now by doing this, we call the variable that I made up here. So whatever we'll print out here, it will be the value of this, which is this is awesome. So let's try running it. And as you can see, it prints out this is awesome, which is exactly what we wanted. So we can continue to do this with integers, floats, chars, or booleans. And Java runs top down. So even when you create a string here, let's say we want to rename my STEM project. So we'll do my STEM project equals, now I want to name it to hello. So now, since even though we have two lines declaring my STEM project, it'll follow this last line since Java runs top down and it takes the last value that you inputted. So as you can see, it types in hello. Alright, so the next topic is string manipulation. And this is where you can add two strings together, or you can also take out a part of a string. So we'll get into this right now. So what you want to do is open up Visual Studio Code. And since we already have a string variable here, we can just use that for our example right now. So let's say we want to concatenate two strings, which means adding them together. Well, we can do my STEM project, which currently already has the value of this is awesome. So we can do my STEM project again, adding on hello. So now this means my STEM project variable will be equal to this is awesome and hello. So let's try printing that out. And as you can see in the terminal, it says this is awesome and hello. And that's exactly what we wanted. So we can also do something like this by, let's say we want another string variable naming hello, hi. And we'll make this into bye. So now in my system.out.print, I can concatenate these strings by doing my STEM project plus hello, hi. And this will just print out this is awesome, bye. So let's try that. And as you can see, it prints out this is awesome, bye. So that's how you concatenate two strings in Java. And now we'll move on to how to concatenate numbers and strings. So let's say in your system.out.print you want to do 1 plus 2 plus my STEM project. And then at the end you want to do 1 plus 2 again. Now let's print this out and see what happens. So it says 3, this is awesome, and then 1, 2. Why does that happen? Because I wrote 1 plus 2 and then 1 plus 2. Shouldn't it be 3, this is awesome, and another 3? Well, in Java, once you type out 1 plus 2 before a string variable, it'll add them together like normal integers do. But after you input a string variable, the integers after that will come out as string as well. So that's why they're typed out individually as 1, 2. Now that's all concatenation really has to cover, so now we can move on to substring. So substring is where you'll take out a part of a string. So let's still continue with our this is awesome example, but let's say now we want to create hello hi to turn into a substring of my STEM project. So I'll do my STEM project dot substring, and then the starting index will be where you want to start taking the substring, and the ending index will be where you want to end taking the substring -1. So as you already know, indexes start at 0 in Java, so the t would be equal to 0. And let's say I just want to get the this part. So I'll start at 0. And then my ending index will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So S ends at 3, but substring ends by taking out 1 at the end. So we have to add on 1 to that. So it'll be 4, in fact. So now we'll run it and we will print out hello, hi. All right, so let's start by running that. And you can see it prints out this. So just to clarify again, it starts at 0, which is the T, and it ends at 4, which is the space right here. But in substring, it takes out the last index and goes with the second to last index that you input. So then it'll turn into S. All right, and now we can move on to input and output. So as you already know from yesterday's assignment, that importing packages are basically pre-written classes that allow you to use and make it easy for you to use it in your code. So what we'll be using as a package today will be the Java Util scanner. So this scanner class allows us to take inputs from our user and use them into our code. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's go back to our code, and at the very top, we're gonna add in our importing our package. So we'll say import java.util.scanner in semicolon. So this will help us import our scanner package that we're gonna be using in our code. Now, let's delete this because we want to start fresh. And the first thing that I'm going to do is create a scanner object, which means I'm creating something that I can use in my code from the scanner class that I've helped import into my code. So I'll do scanner, which calls my class, and I'll name it my scanner. And then I'll equal it to a new scanner system.in. Now, there's not really a difference in how you create an object of a scanner because this is just what's set in stone. Like, if you want to create an object of a scanner, or if you want to use a scanner in your code, then you'll have to follow these steps in order to do so. So now we'll print out a message to prompt the user to enter something back to us. So let's say I'll do system.out.print, and I'll say enter your name. And now, since I've already said that, I can now read the user input that writes back. So I'll do string username is equal to my scanner, which is the scanner I created up here, dot next line. So this basically just gets the next line that is written, which is what the user will be writing. And then now we can print it out. So we can print it out to make sure that it's correct and it's doing this right thing. So we'll do system.out.print, and then we'll put it as username. So this will help us see if this is the right name. We can say user's name is, and then put that there. So now let's run it and see if it's correct. So it says enter your name. I'll enter Joanne. And it says user's name is Joanne. And that's exactly what we wanted in our code. So as a reminder, first, in order to get the input, you'll need to import the scanner. Next, you'll need to create an object of the scanner, print out a prompt for the user to do, get the prompt, get the answer that the user replies, and print out the reply. Alright, and now we're finished with day 2 of Java. Don't forget to check Google Classroom and complete the assignment for today, which is creating a Mad Lib game. Now, if you don't know what a Mad Lib game is, I would recommend searching that up on the internet. And good luck with this assignment and have fun. Bye, everyone.